What's going on, everybody? Quickly apologize for the car video. I don't have much time to make this video today, but the Jaguars are starting mandatory minicamp it's tomorrow. So players are reporting. You know, you saw this bougie ass video of Jalen Ramsey approaching the stadium. If you guys haven't seen it, go to my Twitter. I quote tweeted. It's pretty funny. But you know, all these players are reporting, and now they're subject to fines. So if they don't show up, they could be, you know, the Jaguars can very well fine them. And the biggest player that is missing right now is Yannick Ngakoue. He says that they're still working on a contract negotiation, so he is not going to be reporting for the 3-day minicamp. So it's really interesting with Yannick Ngakoue because, you know, he was kind of being applauded for coming out and going to like the first OTAs. You know, he went out and said, I want to be a leader of this team. I'm going to be here through this stuff, going to let my agent handle all the rest of it. And you know, I'm kind of paraphrasing when I say that, but he was kind of along those lines. So then shortly after, he stopped showing up. He didn't show up for the rest of OTAs. And now he's not showing up to this whole mandatory minicamp. So I guess you can say he's holding out. I mean, we'll see when training camp comes out, because that's when the real holdout happens. But he's holding out for a new contract. Now, of course, he's going into the final year of his contract. He's grossly underpaid. You know, you have guys like Taven Bryan that's going to be making more money than him this year. You know, Josh Allen basically signed, you know, his signing bonuses making more than Yannick Ngakoue. So, I mean, that comes with being a third-round pick. And that's one thing that's beautiful really about the NFL is I love how these rookies are kind of slotted so you don't have any contract negotiations when players have no NFL experience. But, you know, here's a guy that has 30 sacks, and I think that's like second most in franchise history, which is, you know, good on Ngakoue, but also testament to, you know, how the lack of really experience in the Jaguars, you know, 25-year history. So he's not going to be showing up. Now, we all usually like to think, oh, we're definitely going to get a deal done. You know, Yannick Ngakoue is an elite player, but, you know, I thought the same thing about Allen Robinson, and he didn't get any deal. So, and you got to think, like, you know, what if they're only able to pay one of these guys between Yannick Ngakoue or Jalen Ramsey? What if they can only pay one? You could look at the Jaguars and say, look, they drafted Yannick Ngakoue's replacement maybe, and Josh Allen. You know, who's going to back up Jalen Ramsey? You know, I mean, I would think that this might be the last year. It could be the last year AJ Boye is on the team, just because his cap number kind of gets ridiculous in 2020. So, you know, you got a potential replacement for, you know, Yannick Ngakoue that, you know, the Jags eyes, they might think that. But man, hopefully we find a way to pay this guy, because he's an elite performer. He's so good at what he does, and you know, it'll just suck. Like I was pretty sad when Allen Robinson left, and I don't want it to be another situation where you know, where Yannick Ngakoue leaves, because it would kind of affect me a little bit. But you know, on a side note, I remember I did post up this Friday was supposed to be an autograph signing I was going to with Yannick Ngakoue, and you know, I advertised on the channel and everything. But with Ngakoue holding out, he's not in Jacksonville, so it's not going to go down Friday. It's going to be delayed a little bit. So for all you guys that did buy stuff, I apologize. It's still going to be happening. It's just delayed. I'm not sure what the date is. They're still working it out with their agent, but you know, I'll definitely let you guys know. And you know, if it does come to the situation where it doesn't happen, which I fully expect it to happen, if it doesn't happen, I'll refund whatever you guys might have bought. So yeah, that's the Yannick Ngakoue stuff. You know, he does do his thing. You know, I can understand him not wanting to get hurt, but you know, hopefully we bang out a new contract and he's a Jaguar for the long term. But all right, guys, thank you guys for watching. I'm out.